review for Wranglers as a whole. This is a review of the one that I got and why I think I made a bad choice. Two-door JL Wrangler Sport. I wanted to see what the JLs had to offer over the JKs, and I don't know if I'm that impressed. So the JLs at factory come with 31-inch tires. On the JL, you can fit 33s on the standard models and 35s on the Rubicon models without having a suspension lift. I don't know if it matters. There's aluminum doors to make it easier to take off. Instead of a steel rear hatch, you get one that's made out of composite. And it doesn't feel like it can even hold the weight of the tire that comes on it. From the factory, you're gonna get Goodyear Wranglers, and they're just an all-season street tire. Still don't know if they're good enough. And of course with the JLs, you get the redesign. Kind of looks like a bubble on the front end with bumper pieces that fill in the fenders, supposedly for aerodynamics. Just don't know if it adds to the look. Now the grille is redesigned to let air through so that it comes out the fenders, supposedly to get more miles per gallon. But you don't buy a Jeep because of the gas range. This one has the Freedom top, multiple models of the soft tops you can get. I honestly think the only way to go is with the hard top during the winter and even during the summer to cut down on wind noise when you don't want the top off. And on the two-door JLs, you're not left with that much room. Standard size lunchbox and a small duffel bag is about all you can fit. And of course you get the bag that the tops go in. But it's not leaving you that much room for anything else. Seats fold down easy by popping the headrest and releasing the lat. You can fold it up and out of the way. There's anchor points on the inside to strap it up so that it's not bouncing around. But one feature they did give you is the ease of removing it with this bar. By releasing it, the whole seat comes out. And that's probably what you're gonna wanna do anyways. The JKs have a lot more room in the back for the two doors. And if you're really pressed on room, you might as well go with the four-door. While it's the same interior width of a four-door, it feels a lot smaller. Your passengers are probably gonna hate you if they have to get in the back. Better not get a two-door if you have a family or friends. So, I guess the only thing left to do is take it for a drive. See if it still holds up to the Jeep name. With the newer models, you get the keyless features, satellite radio, 7-inch touchscreen in the Sport S with all your creature comforts. Having everything makes me wonder what's gonna break first. Heated steering wheel, the heated seat, the dual climate control for the passenger. I mean, yeah, it's cool that one person can select what they want while the other person can turn it down, but eventually the air temperature is just going to be the same. It's kind of pointless. Your Android Auto and your Apple Auto. And you also get little cool things like your axle description to show you how far you're actually leaning the vehicle, but it all just seems kind of pointless whenever you're buying an off-road vehicle. But it handles how a Jeep should. No matter what Jeep you get, you're always going to have a better turn radius than almost any other vehicle on the market. The JLs, the suspension feels a lot smoother from the factory. JK's left kind of rough ride, making you want to go to the aftermarket to get better suspension. But on the JLs, it's kind of nice. It doesn't even feel like you're in a vehicle that's meant to go off-road. Even with the hardtop, driving on a rough road, factory tires, you can still hear the tire noise. It's not going to go away. You don't hear that much wind buffeting, and that's probably due to the windshield being slanted back more than the JK models. But that's also the reason why you lose storage space in the back. because they had to make the cab smaller in order to slant it. The auto shut off. And there's no setting to turn that off automatically. You have to do it every time you get in the vehicle. For what little bit of gas it does save, it makes me wonder if the starter is going to be the first thing to go out, or the flywheel from starting and stopping so often. Turn that off for now. So with the JL Wrangler 2-door Sport, you're really getting a nice road vehicle. Comfortable to drive, smooth handling, and you know you have the capabilities for whenever it starts raining real bad, snow on the ground. You don't have to worry about getting from point A to point B. And gas mileage isn't that bad. We're at 18.6 average. What I got? I got 1,111 miles. That's cool. But a daily commuter is not why people buy these. We got to know if it'll actually handle itself off-road without having to get too far into debt on it. So let's go somewhere where I can test it out to see if it's still a Jeep or if it's just a rolling box with a lot of gadgets. So on the JLs, most of them come with the automatic 8-speed transmission. You can get manuals, but with the automatic 8-speed, you also have the option for a sport shift. Putting it into manual mode gives you a 6-speed manual gearbox. And it's kind of counterintuitive because you have to pull down to go up in gear and push up to go down in gear. I kind of wish that was the other way, pushing up to go up in gear and down, but I guess it's reminiscent of a speed shifter in a race car or a sequential shifter that you might have in a drag car. And just put it back into auto. And this is where you really notice the suspension. Even though the bumps will throw you around, it still soaks it up quite good. 2-wheel drive, small mud puddles, that's not that bad. I think somebody could live with this if this was going to be the extent to their off-roading experience. But all in all, I'd say most 2-wheel drive SUVs could handle this. This probably isn't anything special. I think we can still have fun with it though, even in 2-wheel high. Traction control off, put it in manual mode, and give it the beans. Yes, so it is safe to say that even just getting a Sport instead of a Rubicon is still fun. It's still a Jeep. I mean, it still gives you the excitement that the Jeep brand always has. I mean, even though we're in a 2019 with just as much technology as my home computer and probably more comforts than my house has, it can still be fun off-road. Let's find a hill, see what 2-wheel drive can do. I'm trying to go up a hill. All right, here we go. 2-wheel drive, regular air pressure. And yes, it can still do what it's made to do. One of the new features that came with the Sport Shift was a hill descent mode. I've never tried it out, so I guess this right here would be the perfect spot to try it out. We're gonna put it into neutral, shift down into 4-wheel low, put it over into manual mode, and hit the hill descent button. Off-roading with no hands and a heated seat. This shouldn't be happening. And we're down the hill in a nice slow crawl. Now I guess this will be our next test. Uphill, deep ruts, off camber. We're gonna see if we can do it in the Sport. Gotta just pick the right line. Hug the right, give it just enough gas, and all the way through. Oh boy. Did I mention don't get a black one? Because everything shows up, like dust, road debris, pollen, everything. They're the worst to clean. And if you do go off-road, you'll probably spend hours just rinsing dirt away from all the plastic. I mean, the way that all this plastic just overlaps itself, it traps everything inside of it. Every time it rains, it's just gonna leak water everywhere. At least you get rubber floor mats with drain plugs that you can pull out. So, in the end, what is a two-door JL Wrangler Sport S with a legendary trail rated badge gonna cost you? Base price is $28, but after you get the 17-inch alloy wheels that you're probably just gonna swap out, the hard top, the tow package, and all the interior electronics, you're looking at $39. That's before tax, tag, and title, which is gonna run you upwards towards $45,000. Depending on your dealership, you might be able to get that down. I got this one out the door just under 39. I think it was like 38.5. If you're going with a brand new one, that's the price to expect. At least they gave me a free hat. Say it with me. Just empty every pocket. Yeah, it still doesn't make it feel any better. So stay tuned for a budget Wrangler build. I wonder if my boss will let me work any overtime. I could call that guy in Tijuana to see if he still wants that kidney.